Everybody, welcome to my channel, Miss Criticizer 2021. Hope you all are doing well. Now, if you don't know the entire controversy with Chidema Adechina, who was a Miss South African contestant, born and raised, of course, in South Africa to a Nigerian father and a Mozambican mother. Now, she basically got a lot of backlash based on her identity, if she's really South African or not. Her name basically is not Zandile, it's not Babawa, it's not Tando. So, especially it's a Nigerian name. Of course, some of the, I'll say, I don't know if I can say South African nationalist, they felt some type of way, and then on top of that they did further digging and then found out that her mother was involved in identity fraud case, which is still an ongoing case with the Home Office. Unfortunately, Miss Chidema had to withdraw from the competition. There was a lot of things going on in the background. Now, Miss Nigeria organization, they lent out their hand and they invited her to join. I mean, it's good press, it's good publicity. Strike the iron while it's hot. I know many people will say, why could she not join next year? That way it would be fair and she would audition. But like I said, you strike the iron while it's hot. And to be honest, it has brought a lot of publicity to the Miss Nigeria organization. Let me now get straight to it, because I'm going to just, I will not say criticize, because I hate that word. Even though I'm called Miss Criticizer, I'm just going to call out a couple of things that could be improved. She accepted the invitation officially, and she said that she will be representing Taraba State. Now, my first thing is with the Miss Universe Nigeria. I just wanted to ask, is this a usual thing? Because we know that Chidema, she's Igbo, half Igbo. And she's representing Taraba State, so I think that's not where her father is from. Is it normal where they usually just represent, any state that's not theirs? So that's just my first thing, because I'm thinking like, are auditions held, or how do I say it? Are there regional auditions held where they select one person to represent that state? When it comes to the Miss Nigeria, I think I've only followed Miss Nigeria for the past year. I followed the last year one, and I think it was the 2017 one. So usually I don't know the details of that. The number one criticism is more about state representing. Now the second one is the obvious one, which is the camp. Camp is a 1 week activity where it's basically like a boot camp for the contestants, where they they have to learn the dance. They have to actually get prepared for the live shows. But there are so many things. It's more like getting to know each other, activities that are being done, showcasing your talent, also learning how to walk, exercise, everything. So I watched the camp, and again, I know that when it comes to the sponsors, it's quite limited. They cannot really rely on the sponsors. So I think one of the sponsors was the hotel. So I basically saw a couple of videos, and everything, the entire camp activity was actually held at just one hotel. So it was at the conference, in one of the conference rooms, and that was it. So the gym activities was there. The talent show was there. I think it was the business pitch. Everything was just in one conference room, and I'm like, first of all, this looks rushed, and second of all, I felt like there could have been different locations that this could be held. Even though, okay, I completely understand when it comes to the budget, they're limited. They could have actually held the exercising part outdoors. It could have been outdoors, and they could have organized it very well, but it's just like indoors and all that. When it comes to the one of the sponsors about the bleaching cream one, no comment. At the end of the day, I understand they're in business, and some of these products too, they always say bleaching cream or skin whitening, but you know, hydroquinone has been banned for ages. So some of these creams, they're not really bleaching cream, and I'm not excusing them for saying that, but they're just using that name for marketing strategy. But whether it's bleaching or not, again, it doesn't really fit the pageant. But I'm not going to go deep into it. They're the sponsor, they have to make the money. It is what it is. Cool. Even when it comes to the fashion show segment, which was held at the I think it was held like in a hotel, I just felt that could have been done better. I felt like maybe they could have set up like a proper studio setup with a stage, just a short stage. Like I said, I know they're on budget, but they could have done something, you know, the entire setup for a mini fashion show in the hotel when it comes to the clothes, because the girls, they looked lovely. But also when it comes to the fashion show, I'm not sure why I did not see Miss Quara, because I've been trying to look for her, you know. So again, I'm not sure if the designers, they just had their fashion limited to, let's say, the average figure, you know. So that was also my only takeaway. Again, forgive me if I'm wrong. I've been trying to look for all the videos. I could not see Miss Quara in one of those videos. Now, let me go to the D-Day, because we've been seeing the anticipation. We've been seeing that South Africans have been tweeting about this. They've been following the journey. The funny thing is that when Chidima joined Miss Nigeria, ironically, she was getting a lot of support. They're like, oh yeah, you make South Africa proud, let South Africa win. And then when they saw Miss Quara, at first it started as them mocking her when they were dragging the competition, but then eventually they've looked further into her journey and her Instagram, and she has such a bubbly personality. Basically, she's relatable. And also, this is the first time that Miss Universe Nigeria has casted a plus size model. So your girl was getting all the votes. Miss Quara was getting all the votes, and basically she had the highest vote. She was #1. Of course, the backstage presenters were interviewing the guests, and then we also had Lush. They are the hair sponsors of the show, and they were also having like a catwalk. The hotel arrival part, I felt, again, that should have been a separate show. I understand that they have to promote the sponsors. They could have done it on that day, but they could have done something like a pre-stage, so maybe a different hall, a mini setup with a proper fashion show. Now, if you want to see the Lush items and not where people are standing at the side filming and all that, that's just my personal opinion. And again, it was dark, so I could not even properly see the products and everything. Now, going to the main show. the main show. Now, let me start by saying this, yeah? Because again, I understand how these things work. Pageantry, especially in Africa, it's not easy. You know, it is a bit of a struggle. Let's just say that it's one of the competition where they're not getting a lot of sponsors. You know, even for you to put up a show, you have to count yourself lucky. I will even speak for the one in Ghana. Most of the time when it comes to Miss Universe Ghana, I don't even want to get into that one. That one, they don't even hold a show. They just go to a hotel and then select, like, let's say the top 10 people that they've selected. You don't even know how they did it, the process. There's no show behind it. And they just said, oh, those are the 10 people we choose. And then they hold like a private ceremony, and that's it. Then they choose who they want to choose. There are even some years that we don't even see the top 10. They just select who they want, and that's it. No official show, no camp, nothing. It's just you're being handpicked. But other pageantries in Ghana, like Miss Malika, Ghana Most Beautiful, they're top tier. They're very, very top tier. Like I said, when it comes to the Miss Universe Ghana, that's a story for another day. And also there's a scandal behind it. I'm going to do a separate video on that, where there were former contestants that exposed the organizer of running a prostitution ring. Hey, but that's a different story. Now, when it comes to Miss Nigeria, because I heard Guy Murray saying that they've been in this business since since I think it is 30 year plus, over 3 decades, and how proud and how far they've gone. And again, you know, not to criticize, but if you've been organizing this thing for long, we want to see evolvement. Yeah, and when it comes to the stage, okay, I understand it. They've held it at a conference hall in the hotel. No problem with the venue. The stage could have been a bit bigger. Also, the logo, the graphic designer did not try with the logo. Second of all, the photographers, they did the girls dirty because the girls looked absolutely stunning without those photos. They looked stunning in person, but the photos made them look so harsh. So that's even my second part. Now, when it comes to the and like I said, Miss Nigeria has been there for a very long time. This is the year that they've received the highest publicity. So since they were gaining more viewers, I wish they put slightly a bit more effort, but it's okay. With time they'll evolve. And I think they said that when Nigeria will host Miss Universe, then they'll go all out. I'm like, oh, why can you not just go out in the beginning? Why can you not just go out? Do these girls not deserve it? Like, it should take international recognition for you to do that. Yeah, I just feel like the show should be better. You should improve, invest more to get more. Now, also, the image of, let's say, Miss Nigeria, the competition, it kind of has like a stereotype behind it. Some people think it's a secret escort ring where they use these girls. Now, it's not confirmed, and I'm not saying this is happening in Miss Nigeria, but that's just the stereotype behind the pageantries. So like I said, this year they did well. They invited Chidema, and it was a good marketing strategy.